Moses here. And this is the absolute best lens for a new creator today, 2024. Maybe in the future as well. Let me explain. So what you are looking through right now is the Sigma 16mm 1.4. Okay, tap down here. I have two lenses here. This is the kit lens, right? That comes with this Sony ZV-E10. That's what I'm shooting on. Is the Sony ZV-E10, and it comes with this kit lens right here. Nothing too fancy about it. It gets the job done. Okay, so I upgraded and I went to this one right here, what is known as the Nifty 50mm 1.8. Also a beautiful lens. But ever since I got this one, the Sigma 16mm, in fact, I had the Sigma 30mm before I got the 16. Let me put the 50 on here right now. It's gonna sound like I'm about to violate you here, but that's not what I'm doing. Just bear with me here as I try to explain to you by giving you concrete examples, right? Why I like this lens so much. Okay, so I just screwed on the 50mm. Now, okay, I'm way too close to you and you don't like this frame. That's fine. I don't like me this close either. But look at this beauty. This is the Sigma 16mm 1.4. Now, the reason that I got this lens is because I travel quite often and I often don't know what the different circumstances that I will be in. And I wanted to bring one lens specifically because at the time I was traveling in Central America, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and sometimes I would be in an Airbnb that is super small and I would not be able to. I had the 50mm right now, the one that I'm using right now. And so in a very small room, I had no choice. My choices were either this, right? Which I think is like 18 to 50mm, right? 16 to 50mm kit lens at 3.5 to 5.6 at the widest. I'm gonna switch the view here. This is way too close. And so if I switch to this 16 to 50mm at 3.5 and I have a I'm trying to shoot in the dark, while the 3.5 just it didn't do the job. It didn't do the job. But when I got when I got the 60mm, let me show you once more. When I got this 16mm 1.4, the game changed. The game changed. Now, not only could I shoot in relatively low light, I could also shoot in relatively small rooms. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to this beauty here. And again, I'm sorry for violating you, getting so close to you like this. And here comes the 16. Just, oh my goodness. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. This is why I think that this lens is probably, well, for sure it is my absolute favorite lens thus far, because I can film in small rooms and I can film with relatively low light. Right now, I have a key light here and I have a window here, so I have plenty of light. But if I were to anyways, you get the point. I like this lens. I really like this lens. And again, let me show you the other two lenses that I have. This is the kit lens, which is 16 to 50mm, but at its most open point is 3.5. It's a very good lens. It does the job just fine. It does the job just fine. I don't have that much flexibility. And then of course we have the Nifty 50, right? And it's quite hard to go wrong with lens. I know. Before you really crucify me, I don't have the lens caps and everything like that. And for those of you that are like super pros, you're really scratching your head right now. I actually, never mind. I will do that right now. I don't take care of my equipment as good as I should. But what I'm trying to get, the point You know that I like this lens. You get that I like this lens. Given the circumstance that I was in and the current lifestyle that I live, I tend to move around quite a bit. And so I never know what the lighting circumstances are going to be. I don't always have good lighting set up with me because I can't travel with so much lighting equipment, right? I just want to be able to shoot wherever I am, ideally with whatever environment that I'm provided with, which will play a major role in getting the microphone that I have, which is the Sennheiser MKE 600, because it takes a AA battery. And sometimes I didn't have electricity for like an hour or two, right? And just not having to rely on phantom power, right? Just and having and shooting on a Sony ZV-E10 that does not provide phantom power. And now you start to see the decisions that go into making the purchases, the decisions that go into making the purchases that I make. And there's no difference with this lens, is that I was moving around quite a lot. I needed something that's pretty open aperture wise, so 1.4, but at the same time it's not too tight, because sometimes, like I said, I am in a small room. Okay, you get the point. This is probably the best for sure. It is the absolute best lens that I've ever gotten, and it might just be the best lens that you can get. Anyways, I do a lot of content that try to empower creators as well as specifically podcasters, but now podcasters and general creators are starting to become a mingle. But if you're thinking about starting a podcast, check out my link in the description. And if you want to get this lens, also, I got the link for it down in the description. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.